Hi, I'm Pastor Lutzer, and we are in Erfurt, Germany, and I'm standing behind the altar in the Augustinian monastery where Martin Luther performed his first Mass. He had a great deal of respect for the sovereignty and the holiness of God. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read for you what Luther said at a later time as he looked back on this. Now, his father was here, and there was a wall between him and the people, but this is what he said. At these words, and of course, he prepared himself for the Mass by the proper vestments, confession, so that he would be as pure as possible. And then he said, "At these words, I was utterly stupefied and terror-stricken. I thought to myself, with what tongue shall I address the Almighty, the Majesty, seeing that men ought to obey even an earthly prince? Who am I that I should lift mine eyes to the Most High? Angels surround him. And at his word the earth trembles. And shall I, a miserable pygmy, say, I want this or I want that? For I am dust and ashes and full of sin, and I am speaking to the living and the true God." He was so nervous that apparently he actually spilled the cup. He did what he could to please God. He did his first Mass, but he discovered later that no matter how many Masses he performed or how many he participated in, they could not bring him salvation. So let's remember that salvation comes directly through faith, through the blood of Christ, and not even the Mass can save us. But we thank God for the fact that Luther had a great deal of reverence for God and God's holiness and God's greatness. And for that, we are deeply grateful. Our generation has lost Luther's reverence for a holy God. Thanks so much for joining us today, direct from Erfurt, Germany, here in the Augustinian Monastery.